Hello there, Ray here, and welcome back to the oldest vanilla survival server, ProtoTech. A server that's been running almost non-stop for 6 years. With the map never resetting, we do some pretty crazy stuff. Make sure you watch the series from the beginning. Every weekend we have the ProtoTech Weekly Event, where all the members get together and work on a single project. And oftentimes, these events never make it into my YouTube videos. So make sure you follow me on my social media so you don't miss the streams. And at the end of the episode, we're going to check out the progress that's being made on the sand monster, which is what we're calling the sand duplicating flying machines that are filling in about a 300 by 300 block area from the bottom of the world all the way up to the top. Then we're going to check on the progress that we're making with our new instant dragon egg dropper bedrock breaking flying machine. Both these devices are using the new switch machine that we designed and built up on the ProTech server. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at a few different farms and machines that we did during these events, including a copying machine built up in vanilla survival. This is part of a project by Xerox. The way that this machine works is you put shulker boxes full of materials into it. Then you supply a single shulker box, which has a wide range of items inside of it, into the system. The system will then read every single item that is in the shulker box one at a time, then go out to the storage of the items and take out the items that are exactly like it. It will then take those new items and put it into a new shulker box. So you end up with 2 shulker boxes with similar items. It's also capable of making multiple copies of the same shulker box. And it's very customizable because the reason we're building this up is to actually program information into shulker boxes, then take that shulker box, which is essentially a program, to a computer in our survival world, and the computer will be able to spit out different information depending on what's inside the shulker box. We're hoping to use this to program flying machines to draw very complex pictures, all in vanilla survival. There's also another member named Koeng who's building up a computer on the ProTech survival server. Maybe this could be used to download different programs into the computer. Some really amazing stuff, and I don't quite understand how it's all going to work together. And during the build, we had Xerox managing as well as helping, as well as John, Nudicus, Pineapple, myself, Respawn, and Shadow C. It really made it a lot easier to build up. We hopped on and helped out the other members as we built up this very complex and redstone heavy code copying machine. We finished the entire build. You can see there is a lot of small redstone components in there. They're all working together to do something very complex. You may also have noticed that we built this out at one of the gateway portals. These are the ones that we generated while flying out to the world border 30 million blocks with a flying machine. Because we created so many of these gateway portals, they're an amazing way to add different contraptions in different locations that don't have to be even remotely close to each other. They could be millions of blocks apart. But because we have these gateway portals, we can easily hop between two portals within seconds. You'll definitely be seeing us use these more in the future, putting different farms in all the different portals. The next clip is us working on the fastest course fruit farm, and this behavior was first discovered by Codes Redstone as well as Cheater Codes, who's now a ProTech member. And this crazy fast machine was designed by Yun and produces over 1 million items per hour. And we helped them build it up. Yeah, just aim at a very specific spot. And then when I jump up, I click at the height of my jump. Otherwise it probably looks like hacking. Just like jumping and placing blocks. And some of those hack clients, they're pretty crazy at placing blocks. Kind of zone out while you do this too, which is kind of cool. Also, I'm always thinking very intensely about some new contraption. How to build something, but yeah, this is just kind of repetition. Oh, we made it up here, guys. Amazing. We'll get to the center. We'll figure out if we did something wrong. It's usually how it goes.
I think someone should like get the spectator count on.
We do get spectator count. It's not that we're actually going to build it wrong. It's just that we're going to build stuff in such a way that it's going to make it hard to place some of the last blocks in.
Whoa,
We can check that kind of stuff afterwards with MCedit. Just grab MCedit and highlight the whole thing and then do an item count, and it'll tell you how many repeaters are on what. And if there's one that's different, then it'll show up. It's a lot easier to work with 2 blocks than it is to work with 3 blocks.
I'm gonna build the comparator line thing.
Okay. Oh, made it to the top. I think kind of around the center part here, where people are working, is glass to prevent the items from clipping through.
It's for house cleaning.
I think using the pick block button is tougher on my fingers than using the scrolling wheel, because it's like a little harder to press down. Oh, I made it.
Every day I wait for you to come. After all, you set me free, and I'll be here, always here. Always here.
You can see we're building this insanely fast chorus fruit farm from the bottom of the world all the way to the top, which makes it the most efficient. And while we were working on this, we also had Lord Chaotic Wolf come help, Smudger, Pineapple, Nudicus, as well as John, which really helped during the process of the build. This is also located at the same area where we have like our rabbit foot farm, our snow farm, and our cactus farm. That way, if you're AFKing like one, you can also benefit by loading other farms. The end dimension is a great spot for this. And the reason why we have so many farms in the end dimension is it frees up our overworld, as our overworld has farms that can't really be put anywhere else. So any farm that can be kind of moved around, we try to put in the end dimension where there is a lot of void, which makes a great perimeter. So people can actually AFK these farms without having to worry about loading other things. Plus, people are still able to use Enderman Farm as long as these farms out in the void are spawn proof or lit up. Now, to supply this really insanely fast chorus fruit farm, we need to get a bunch of chorus flowers. On this version, we can't use like arrows to harvest the flowers off of the top of the plants. So the best design for this is my AFK chorus flower and fruit farm, which surprisingly still works great in the newer version. So it looks like we finished the chorus flower farm. It also produces some fruit. You can see we got here. It's connected right onto the rest of the farm that we got here. This is the coca bean farm. And we just put the AFK chorus, flower, and fruit farm straight ahead. Let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, we had the guys on here helping us. We had Vex, we had Poison, we had Algamer, we had a bunch of other guys as well, like Nudicus, Puffing. They came on earlier and helped with it. And essentially the way this works is you just come in here, and I believe this is kind of the starting point. You can start at the bottom or top, but what you want to do is have some flowers in your inventory. And you start out by breaking all the flowers off the top, and then you go underneath and you plant them. And I actually made this farm about 3 years ago, so it's been a while, but this still is a really good method to obtain lots of flowers. Now we're going to use the flowers for our really fast chorus fruit farm, which we have already built up over that away. So we need a lot of flowers to get that thing started, and this is where we're going to get them. We'll also use those for decoration, which is going to be really cool. This farm is actually really simple. It just has some water, which moves the player around in circles. Let's see if I can actually find some flowers to show you guys how to run this. Okay, hold right click and left click at the same time. I should be able to break this without touching that stem. Yep. And the player just AFKs in here with these buttons held down. And then you first destroy all the flowers. You have to aim in such a way that you don't touch either the top or the bottom. And then I can kind of speed up, show you guys what's happening. Water normally moves you around. And then what happens is you get dropped down here, and then you end up planting it once again. You move past it, and then you plant it, but you're unable to break it again. Let's see if this works. Yes, okay, that is working. And then after you're done with that layer, you go into the water stream, and it's going to send you back up to the top. You guys can see how it works. It's actually really simple. Just uses some really precise aiming with the mouse. And it produces a fair amount of flowers per hour, and also some fruit, which isn't really part of it, but it's just kind of a byproduct, and then everything will end up down here. So you'll get extra coarse flowers because each plant has a chance of actually producing 3. It can produce one this direction, also on this direction. So you plant one and you can get 3 out of it. So over time you'll get a surplus of flowers. And then we'll use all these surplus flowers on our coarse fruit farm, which we have a super fast one. It's like the fastest one possible. It produces, I think it produces over 1 million items per hour. Pretty insane. So I'll just put these in here, and then the next person that runs the farm can go ahead and use them. But yeah, that is our chorus flower farm. Really nice. There is so much cool stuff going on the server at any given moment. Make sure you guys are following and sub to the other ProTech members. You can find all our links down below, many of which also make technical Minecraft videos on their channel. As well as make sure to join our community Discord, where you can even join a voice call and chat with us as we build these things up in our world. We're going to head out over to our new nether perimeter, which is just east of the nether hub. And out here is a great spot to put in a wide range of different farms. I believe Seneki wants to do a fast pigment farm here, as well as maybe a magma cube or gas farm. You can see the area is quite large. I think it's like 300 by 500 or something. It's huge. And we went ahead and removed the top layer of bedrock. Now we're removing the second to top. So you can see the progress is going very well. Here is my AFK account placing in the dragon eggs. Machine here was designed by Khazamer, and it allows us to not have to worry about ghost blocks. That was the biggest problem with our last one, was ghost blocks. There is the returning station, and then over here is the station that moves the player forward. And you have to make sure to run the switch, the instant fall, because for this to work, the player is right beside the dragon eggs when they are placed in and when they're dropped. What the instant fall allows it to do is ignore the process where you see like a dragon turn into entity and then fall downwards, and immediately places the dragon egg down into the ground, which in this version allows it to break bedrock. Now, this is patched in 1.13 and above. But here you can see the station that just pushes it forward. It's not too complicated, and also sends it off back to their direction. The machine itself is placing eggs in one direction and then coming back if there's any eggs that are missing. And when the player comes back like he's doing right now, he'll fill in any gaps. Just in case there is some like network latency, player placing down blocks could be kind of forgotten by the server, and he could skip an area, and then this would cause the machine to eventually move forward and run into that one bedrock that was never broken. So having to go back and forth twice does prevent us from having this problem. So far, this new devices pretty much went off without a hitch. There was one area where there was a lot of air gaps in between the bedrock, which can occur when caves generate in it, or lava sources, which makes it so the eggs fall all the way through a lot farther. And in this system here, you see that the player is actually using the same eggs over and over again. So it's like the most ideal situation for breaking bedrock. You can see the players picking up the eggs that get broken and reusing them. So yeah, the player actually never needs any kind of resupply system, which is a huge improvement upon the last Dragon Egg dropper that we designed, compared to the old Dragon Egg dropper, which we had to resupply with droppers and stuff. So pretty much you can go from the beginning to the very end without ever needing to resupply eggs. But like I said, those holes in the bedrock, that can make it so the eggs fall farther, and therefore they're not here to be picked up. So you might lose like 10 eggs going through one of those patches, but as long as you have a whole bunch of eggs on you, you should eventually be able to get through that without a problem. So really cool, it's working great. We'll probably try to build up some more of these so we can get more accounts AFKing, and maybe we can have like 5 accounts AFK all at once, and therefore we can take out all the bedrock in one go. Should be pretty epic. We have more areas like this where we're planning to break a lot of bedrock, but since this is all kind of new technology, we're kind of testing it with one fly machine before we go ahead and do this on a large scale. But it's looking amazing. You can definitely see the lower you go down into the bedrock, the less bedrock there is. So the pattern kind of shows more of the netherrack. Let's go ahead and go over to the sand monster, which is on the opposite side of our nether hub. So down here, the way we've been getting to it is through our map area. This is where we have all the maps. Go through this portal. We have a bunch of different maps. This is where you can find like the ProTech logo map, which is the end portal frame, and we got the TNT one, we got the sub to Mofo, that Mofo made that one, got the command block one, the frog think one, and some other ones are being built. I think there's also a blank one there so people can write stuff on it. But if we go this way and kind of go through all this stuff, that's their shulker shell shulker there, that's our ocean monument farm, one of them. Here's a blank one. Someone also made a big E over there, I think extra to ranked Mofo's F and made it into an E. But if you keep going this way, beyond all this, there's the island. You come over here. Hey, there it is. This huge thing. I mean, look how massive this thing is. This thing is enormous. So crazy. That is insane, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and check up on it. So currently the machines are not duping. The switch is not turned on. They are moving back and forth, but they're not actually doing anything because it only works when the switch is on. And we have to be kind of careful when we turn the switch on because if anybody's loading like different types of clocks, it can immediately crash the server, which is what happened, and that's why this thing is stopped. But it didn't make a lot of progress. You can see we're right up to the ocean monument. So next time we start this up, we're going to start slowly encasing the ocean monument into a massive block of sand. I mean, this thing is massive. Just think when it actually fills up the entire area and goes all the way over there. A lot of you guys had questions about this, like, does this work in your versions? No, it only works 1.12 and lower. And luckily, we didn't update our server because we actually discovered this and was able to take advantage of this before we updated. But it also only works, like I said, with both the instant fall and the instant tile tick switches activated. And you guys also asked, like, why don't you just make the flying machines like way down here and just fill in this area with sand? The idea is not actually to make an ocean monument farm here. We have tons of those already on the server. But the idea is to just fill in a massive area with sand. And we thought it'd be funny to just cover up this ocean monument at the same time. As a lot of times you see people trying to fill in ocean monuments with sand. So we just went like extremely overboard and decided to do the biggest area as you can see around the ocean monument, just fill them with sand. One of the hardest things to do is while this is running is to kind of navigate out here. So we need to make another portal that connects up to this one. I just built this one up because when the instant tile tick is running, it only works in the overworld. So people can easily move through like the nether dimension or the end dimension without worry about crashing the server. It's only coming to overworld where you really have to worry about that. So by putting a portal here, it'll make it a lot nicer to get out here. We just need to grab the coordinates of this portal and then build up a corresponding nether portal in the overworld. If you guys aren't sure how nether portal linking works, the Minecraft Wikipedia does a great job at covering that. So I got the coordinates. Let's go ahead and go through here and see where it actually takes us. So it looks like it takes us out here at Doge's base. We need to get on top of the bedrock. We can either, I guess we could just backtrack. I'm like really confused. I think I came through here before. Oh, someone covered up the path? Pretty sure there was a path that led out of here. There are so many tunnels in the nether. Okay. Huh. Oh, there's another hub. So let's grab some dragon eggs, and we currently are running the switch, the instant fall one, but let's go out to the coordinates and where this is at. Around here somewhere. So if we go ahead and break some bedrock here, we should be able to put a portal down into the ground, and then that way they'll link up, because in this version, the portal block technically needs to be below the nether portal in order for the portals to link. And we really don't want to click on the dragon eggs because they'll teleport and they'll grief some more bedrock. So easier if we just probably blow them up. Go ahead and give that a try. And did a pretty good job. Let's blow up the last one. Nice. Now we can break 2 more bedrocks here. Place some eggs on top of those, and then break the blocks. You can see how it instantly falls. And then we'll try to blow up these. Awesome. Well, now we have a nice place to put in our nether portal. Yeah, it makes it really easy to break bedrock, which allows us to really advance our world quite quickly. I just need to light this now. Got flint and steel in my gear 1. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pick up our stuff. We should be able to hop into this new nether portal, and it should take us out to the new location. I might also mark this off so other people know about it. Okay, let's go through it, and yes, awesome. So it takes us directly here, so we can easily access this location through the nether dimension so we don't have to worry about crashing the server. We'll probably continue trying to run this during the weekdays, as that's the time when there's the least amount of members on the server. But guys, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as I find survival. Bye-bye.